The chair recognizes the honourable member for Kalani.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let me see if I can find him now. Madam Speaker, I want to give notice that at the next sitting of the House, I intend to ask the following questions. On Friday, the 21st of July, 2023, the Honorable Keith Bell, member for Carmichael, and now Minister for Housing and Urban Renewal, was quoted in the press as saying, and I quote, "The only thing I will say in respect to the matters of immigration is that a series of questions have been asked of me in the House of Assembly, and it is on Wednesday, which is the question time, that I will appropriately answer all questions thoroughly, substantively, and put this thing to rest once and for all." In the circumstances, would the Honourable Minister Bell confirm that he was quoted correctly in the media with respect to that comment? Question 2. If the Honourable Minister Bell was quoted correctly, would he please confirm for this Honourable House that he did not keep his word and, in fact, disgracefully reneged on his solemn promise that he made publicly and voluntarily to the Bahamian people? Or is today the Wednesday that he was referring to in a statement all the way back in July? And question 3. Since the Honourable Minister Bell has broken the solemn promise that he voluntarily made to the Bahamian people, would he please confirm for this Honourable House the new date that he intends to respond to the questions that have been asked of him? Question 4. Would the Honourable Minister Bell please confirm for this Honourable House that there is no lawful reason why he has disgracefully not lived up to his voluntary public promise to the Bahamian people to, quote, appropriately answer all questions thoroughly, substantially in this Honourable House? Question 5. In the circumstances, would the Honourable Minister Bell do the right thing and publicly apologize to this Honourable House and to the Bahamian people for willfully refusing to comply with the Nolan principles for public life, and in particular, the principle that provides that holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner? Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reason for doing so. I will also table a copy of the 7 principles of public life, that is, the Nolan principle: selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty. Professor knows, and leadership. He knows. Professor, educate him at some point in time. And, Madam Speaker, as these questions are personal to the Minister, one cannot refer to the present Minister, but they must be referred back to the past Minister in a personal capacity. Question for the Minister, for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that he personally administered the oath of citizenship to confer Bahamian citizenship on Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, at the funeral service for Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th of June 2023. Next question. Would the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, the Honourable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal, would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, took the oath of allegiance as prescribed in the Bahamas Nationality Act at the funeral service for Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th of June 2023. Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration, who is an attorney, confirm for this Honourable House Section 9 of the Bahamian Nationality Act provides that upon taking the oath of allegiance, a person becomes a citizen of the Bahamas by naturalization? Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, Mr. Frank Racine died on the 29th of May, 2023? Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that he, while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, attended the funeral service of Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th of June, 2023? Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that he, while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, was physically present in this House, in this Honourable House, for the presentation of the budget on the 31st of May, 2023? Next question. For the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Development, would the Honourable former Minister of Labour and Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that he, while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, left the Bahamas for Switzerland during the first week of June 2023? I want to borrow that phone. I want to call my mom. Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, that this was the only trip that he made to Switzerland between the 29th of May and the 24th of June, 2023? Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now serving in the capacity of Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that while serving in the capacity of Minister of Labour and Immigration, he told the Bahamian media that Frank Racine, and I quote, "He would have called me while he was in the hospital. I was in Switzerland at the time. When I returned, he was being buried within the week of that Saturday," end quote. Next question. Question for the former Minister of Labour and Immigration, Honourable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honourable former Minister of Immigration kindly inform this Honourable House of the date in June 2023 that the time that he, while serving as Minister of Labour and Immigration, received a call from Mr. Racine, who had been dead since May 29th during his trip to Switzerland in June of this year? Next question for the former Minister of Labor and Immigration, Honorable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honorable Prime Minister appreciate the significance of the breaches committed by his former Minister of Immigration and their far-reaching implications? Take the honorable course of action to protect our constitutional democracy by terminating the honorable former Minister of Immigration from the Cabinet. Next one. Question for the former Minister of Labor and Immigration, Honorable Keith Bell, now serving as Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honorable Prime Minister appreciate the significance of the breaches committed by his Minister of Immigration, former Minister of Immigration, and their far-reaching implications? Take the honorable course of action to protect the constitutional democracy by appointing a committee of 3 eminent, respected, and nonpartisan Bahamians to investigate the actions of Minister Bell during his tenure at Immigration and to make recommendations to the government. Madam Speaker, next question to the former Minister of Immigration and Labor, the Honorable Keith Bell, now serving Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honorable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he agrees with the contents of a release by the Ministry of Immigration and Labor dated the 26th of June, 2023, which said in part, and I quote, now remember, it's very easy to find whether individuals travel or not. Quote, concerning the questions put by the former Prime Minister, me, about a specific citizenship application, we clarify that at the time in question, the minister was in fact in Miami, not in Switzerland, as previously stated in error. Be careful. You can check those records very easily. It's easily verifiable problem. Next question. Question for the former Minister of Immigration and Labor, Honorable Keith Bell, serving in the capacity of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honorable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that since he has now changed his story to say that he was in Miami, not Switzerland, when Mr. Racine called him, then he must have returned home more than 3 weeks before Racine's funeral for him to have been in the Honorable House on the 31st of May, 2023. And next question for the former Minister of Immigration and Labor, Honorable Keith Bell, now Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Would the Honorable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that in the circumstances, he could not possibly have been referring to his Miami trip when he told the Bahamian media that Mr. Racine was, quote, being buried, end quote, when he returned to Nassau after receiving Mr. Racine's alleged call. And the last question to the former Minister of Immigration and Labor, the Honorable Keith Bell, now Minister of what? Any of y'all know. Would the Honorable former Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that in the circumstances, the minister's statement that, quote, when I returned, he was being buried, end quote, directly contradicts his newly created facts about receiving a call from Mr. Racine while he was in Miami. That's all, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member.